Good evening, welcome back for those coming back and all on replays. Hey, we hope you stay. Tonight, more Final Fantasy coming up. Oh, you better believe it. We're gonna have a good old time basically playing it all to goes. Absolutely. So, with a quick patch and page button, let's get on over because who wants to hang out here, right? We want the game pieces. Hi. Okay, for the observant of the individuals, you'll notice I have actually punched my level all the way to 100. How did you get that? Summoner and Scholar both linked, so therefore that. The answer to that, of course, like I said, just punching through the dailies. You know, just hit your dailies and do your weekly trail. That's that. So you're like, well, that's a lot of experience you've got ahead of you that may not, well, translate very well. And I'm like, that's a good point. But we're going to find out an answer to a question I just posed to myself. Yes. Well, I know there are some quests that are linked solidly by what class that picks them up. It's unquestionable this. Industrialist Carpenter. Spare a moment to help you a hand? Absolutely. Reed sprouted vigorous air. The time has come to repair our weathered roofs. Do not do it all. Not at all. Let's be thoroughly dried. The roof will collapse. Hey, yes. Place near this and deliver them to. Fair enough. We can do that. I gotta come through here eventually and hit all the trees and all the rocks in the area. You do? Oh, absolutely. Otherwise, I won't have the ability to do that. Oh, they're over there. Okay. Bundle of freshly cut reeds. Dry run. Okay, there's a lot of things going over there. All right. So we have two turn-ins there, dry run and ripe for offering, as well as Neshi's answer. So let's go see what this leap into the unknown is. Oops. Reaching here because this is where I have it on my front. All it means, for anyone who's saying, oh, that's too high a level already, the answer is no, it isn't. All duties and such things that are intentional tests of your ability are done at a item level restriction. It's always been that way. If your level is higher than whatever, it's like, yeah, no, we're reducing that to whatever it may be. So all the important challenges will still be at the same. It's just the wildlife will be less aggressive, shall we say, which is fun. And we've had a chance to actually play with the Summon Solar Bahamut. Okali. Experience. Be honored and took part. Well, you got land diving. Mastery over the wind. Long periods of meditation, during deep in the bond, energies flowing throughout this land. We know time here is limited. Bridge version of this practice. Go to the top, speak with him about training. Still all deeply to the south, which will be, of course, up the Great Stairs, which are technically unavailable at this point. Gonu Hanu. I'm here to feel the wind's caress. I was told I'd get a warning of this, that, or the other. Even a young tripper can do this. Ah, heartbeat. Jump from a high place. Focus on the rush against your skin, the roar within your ears. Must pray. Then you must spread your wings and give yourself over to the grace of the wind. Oh boy. Alrighty then. Offer a prayer. Gonna hurt. Must jump down while dismounted. Yep. Of us. No feathers could fall through the air with such grace. You feel no different? Has accepted you. No? Hanu Gold compete to see who can float like the feather the furthest. Decorate the sacred float. Ah. Yes, reflect on your training. You enter this. Even without feathers, I'm sure you'll hear wind's whispers more clearly. Wish to jump again? You are more than welcome. So what is to become of all this stuff? The answer is this will most likely go to... because I can acquire top-of-the-line gear, this stuff, which is, if you haven't got it, it's now only available for Poetics. So do get your big old bundle for. This will most likely go to my retainers to basically boost them up, so they can push through their training. So Krina's already starting to push up for her levels to get all the way up to level 100 with me. She's a scholar, of course. So you're gonna change class just before you hand these in, aren't you? That's the concept. Hey, status. See if we can get a little bit of experience thrown somewhere else. Obviously, if it's too far out of a range, it's not going to work. Yep, we're not going to worry about Dark Knight, because, you know, we can PvP and do all the dailies with them. Same thing with Ninja, same thing with Dancer. But we will give it to the DPS classes, just because DPS have a longer wait. Doing dailies is very easy for tanks and healers, or healer-adjacent DPS. Right? No long waits. You just ping, 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 ping. Done. Dailies done in short order. But we have a set of things we need to do. Range DPS, melee DPS. So I'll probably hand it over to Ninja? I think they're the least armed of the group of us. Yep. And once I have that, then it's basically going to be Ninja, Viper, all the mages, this, and then come back and finish up like Monk and Samurai, Dragoon, and Reaper. Those four are on the last list. Well, mostly because their gear is, well, you know, restrictive, shall we say. I haven't gone into any new dungeons, so it's all the original dungeons, so there's nothing new to be seen yet. The story still hasn't really progressed. Nope. Lucky to have you spur him into action. While our methods may appear rather blunt to you, wait till Anishi speaks before you judge us. Wait quietly and hear his answer. Okay. Make us so long. This hope whatever you found was worth it. told me the story of Dawntrail is destruction of Hicks's likeness, the whole story. Seems he, particularly the head of reason, was filled with anguish at the sight and offered his deepest apologies. To make amends, he devised a way to assemble even a more robust figure from the remains of the previous one. His work was done overnight. The head of resolve called upon the whole village to celebrate their newfound this. First time in a long time, while this, the dawn service was chosen to ride in a sacred float. After the festivities, finally established a unified when he finally established a unified nation trial, he wanted a motive representing this to be among his soldiers' uniforms. Different tribes can forge friendship as long as they're open their hearts to one another. That his nation would be one where the peoples of all stripes could live in harmony. His soldiers would become a symbol of that promise. So you can learn it for yourself, after all. But you should have come here with that knowledge already seared into your memory. I know. I have no excuse for my ignorance, the petulance born from it. This experience has taught me so many things. Now, with a full knowledge of history, I'm filled with a much greater sense of purpose than before. I feel more keenly ever that my duty as a Landsguard is to serve every corner of Toral. But to fulfill that ness, we must have our equipment, so I beg of you, entrust the feathers to me in good faith. He'll be a fine soldier, don't you agree, Lanu Hanu? What? Yes, indeed. Quite the moving display with my feathers standing up straight. Thank you for looking after Nishni during his growth, Thalen. Hey, it's what we do. My growth? What are you talking about? Open an elaborate... Why, this was all a performance. A performance to guide you along the path of becoming a worthy Landsguard. Your rite of passage is complete. Sucker. Still in shock? But my superiors weren't pulling one over me. They were worried about me. I didn't realize my conduct was so concerning. Tell them what you told us, and their concerns will vanish. You'll be welcomed back with open arms. Before you do that, aren't there more places to visit, more materials to collect? We Hanu aren't the only people who love teaching lessons. I don't want to think about that now. I was worried sick enough to imagine what could happen if I couldn't get the feathers. Earn a bit of rest. Return to Okehanu. We'll deliver the feathers for you after the priestesses blessed them. That part at least was no ruse. If you don't mind, I'd like to go to Kozen Kui. Feel I should offer one more prayer to Kix. Very well. Why don't you wait at Okanu? I'll bring the feathers, and I'd like to speak with you once more before you go. I have a few things I have to deliver here. That's the whole point, isn't it? Vroom. We'll put the reeds where they're supposed to be, because that's only continuation, but right for offering, we'll change class and deliver. It won't be none the wiser. Lanohale. So, what do I owe this honor? Ah, Hicks will be most satisfied with these. Today you're more than an honored guest. Very heart of the ceremony. After your efforts to bring Ilihana back to us, I was overjoyed to see you in this role. Fruit shall bear a powerful blessing indeed. Take the previous offering back whence you came. Deliver the blessed fruit to Anuhana, and ceremony will be complete. Go in haste. Just a record 15. Yeah, I was doing a little ocean fishing earlier, just help get my fishing up too. Oopsie. What I should do is do like that. Why not use it to boost pick demands or stuff like that? That would work if I brought them up to 90 first. But because they're their own quest lines, we're going to use them to complete up once we get the main story all handled. Because, like I said, we're going to be going through all these areas and all these quests as we go. So you're going to basically clean out the whole zone pretty much all in one go. Yep, like we've done. And then it'll be off to wherever next to basically do it. Exactly. Bit of an unusual way of doing it, but I think it's a good way to cover all the quests and to learn more about this new world of Taral. Congratulations! Oop, they're teleporting. It's a hell of a step to get on here. Good thing I've got no front guard on that wheel. Goes up all the surfaces. I was trying to do this in the car, I'd be basically rewriting the bumper every time. Damn it, we need this thing raised about, you know, whole 2 feet. This thing, a little easier. You know, just pop a wheelies, rev it, and just back it up. And there you go, up that hill. Up that thing. Up that thing. Bum, bum. Allow me to offer thanks for all your help. I would offer my apologies, but for making you our tutorial little deception, I've told you everything. Ending would have been quite so effective if I did. Fair enough. Agreed. Grateful for the way things went. Lessons learned were here to guide me to become acquainted with all the people, Tural's people. My next leg of my journey awaits. May we meet again. See you in the next village, Nanashi. What do you got? Ooh, shrimp cocktail. IAT vitality. Skill speed vitality. Determination vitality. Take the coin. Speaking of which, let's have a couple oranges. Hanu. You see, like I said, I'm the least armored here. I gotta go get the proper stuff. Right? You got the rings, I just need to buy this stuff, which I can do. Just haven't done it yet. Impressed with your offering? Brought me the fruit. Grace emanating from the ceremony is complete. Hunger, Hanu Hanu, clamor and to participate in this rite, you know, is said the fruit offered comes imbued with its divine spirit. All those that carry them shall be blessed with the great luck. Surely you too. Avalar, I hope you feel enriched by this. Go with your gratitude. May the swings sweep your path. Nice. No, the main quest we'll just turn in with the normal. So we're back after we make this delivery. We're going back to Taral. Oh, absolutely. Got them all. Save it for your efforts. Land of the Arid Shrine. Soothing breeze near it. Rests its tired wings nearby. Ah. Better fortified. Fair enough. And so, another Night World silver piece. Anyway, onward. With Wiklamat up the corner here. Oh, it's only 217 in Taral number 3, so that'll work. Why we hunt? Something about level 94 or something? Yeah, something like that. But I also have to certain degree of main quest out of the way first as well. Sorry guys, I got caught up somewhere. We don't cross with Bakul Jaja next feet. Zeralja was not at Hanu village. Village must be central to traditions as Sundrop dances the Vanu. Ah. I'm glad my concerns were unfounded. Oh, my belly. Long since I feasted so well. Just like that, we found an elector, won our first keystone. I knew I was right to trust your instincts. Fun! Let's keep moving marchwards up to Urapachi. Here as well. But before we do anything, however, we should see what our opportunist pale friend says. Indeed. Waiting feels like days. Have eaten enough of broken tacos to feed an army. What is it you'd like to know? Considering the state of the road ahead. For Urapachi, we depart from the Arch of Dawn and then take the road west at the first fork. Be wary of along anything in the way. Indeed, the way to this. But after the damage wrought by the recent downpour, you'd be doing more stumbling than walking. Comes to rugged terrain, I have a most dependable solution available. Come with me. Ah, the alpaca. sheer mileage of, you know, old saying, one should get as really good a pair of shoes as you can possibly get. Get in a bed. If you're not in one, you're in the other. These fluffy babies are our mounts? All being small is confusing enough, but those masks make it almost possible to tell men from women, let alone guess their age. No different than the dwarves. To Apello before we dot was a wise decision, not of brave. I would not rather have not a brave, treacherous bracket. My pronunciations, this beasts are sure-footed for that's for certain. Why did it have to be alpacas? We're gonna need to get a Haktui into Lamat's face. It's not mine. It's not mine. Most dependable companion, the alpaca. Animals can traverse Uropacha's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, all while carrying heavy loads. Would have been lost without them. Oh, so they fill so much niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea. Alpacas are native to Yoctoral. Eorzea has its chocobos. The eastern lands have their horses. Why go to trouble breeding another pack beast in a place which ill suits its qualities where it is not needed anyway? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you're not fond of alpacas. When I was small, being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me. It was the foulest stench you could imagine. Ah, I see. What are they like to ride? Are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. Not convinced. You're really doing this then? So was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful, even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. Wanted me to pay you? I should have guessed as much from a Pello merchant. Let me see what I have on me. Value the act of spreading joy through trade. As you should know, they take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Okay. Oh, a fair price for your fair advice. Made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then. Thank you. Well, it's no different than the dwarves or Lalafell at general. The Pelu are just one of those groups. Yep. Well, what do you mean? Well, better not get spit on again. You brought up that on yourself. Remember, calm and gentle, and so will they. Still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach Uropacha, then that's what we'll do. You know, the dwarves are the first. You can't tell dude from girl, you know, guys and girls apart. And they all wear beards. Lalafells in general are hard to tell who's male and who's female. Right?
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Uropacha, the 100 peaks of time.
It's got a hell of a
beasts which
buttress
crawl
to it.
and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
That's got a hell of fortress facing on it. That mountain. But I can see we're up to a dry, arid area.
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
Ah, he's right.
The air is so crisp and clear.
Hmm.
Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh.
Oh? Do tell.
Ooh.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wook Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here, of all places. But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Bol Nok.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Wachunpelo.
Chunpelo.
Oh, truly. I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head
Nice.
rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
One with a bit of a kick there, Alize. You're too young.
It's an Urkopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yep. Tequila.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end.
Got you drunk and then got you making deals.
But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say.
Okay.
Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliolal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas.
Almost wish we had brought...
They are effusive and
Taru.
engaging speakers. And many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
Yes. Should have been Tataru. Taru? Yes. I think she would be right at home giving them a run for their money, so to speak.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
That look says it all, Aaronvale. Yeah, right.
Wachunpelo's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there.
Tuliola. 90 alpacas. Oh, there's places up there. This has got the same sort of thing for a map. Oh, there's another ether right there. So this is Okehanu, Earthen Shar, Many Fires. So there's 3 places south. Alright. If we look at Zaktural, only 1 to the north. Yeah, taking up this area here with this zone here not covered yet. yet. Whereas we have 3 major areas covered here and maybe another area to add type thing. Palace crowds were more supportive of her brothers, while Clemat's peaceful products do have their quiet adherents, I see. Change in attitude most keenly. Maybe perhaps not to the same degree as Sea of Clouds, but the air is definitely thin here. I can see more buildings down the path. Talking. What's over that way? I agree. Home of the Pelo Pelo, Wuklemak should have arrived before us. Uh-oh. That's not good. Right a succession? I mean, I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. But please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. Fortunate. An ideal in cloaks woven from a luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent draped over your shoulders as a budding ruler. Nation's ruler should dress her best when for her adoring people. Yes, finery for our finest lady. That's right. Come on, third promise. My well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady. I like the sound of that. All right, I suppose a quick look couldn't hurt. Grab her. What did we just talk about? Ernvale, when did you... Shitona from Fall Off Exactoral. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. Cannot imagine how you survived them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No, thank you. I am not in need of new clothes at the most, neither is the third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, my shop door is always open. You're saying something about not being easily charmed? It was just, naive. She is very naive. Unexperienced is another set of words I'd like to use, too. Live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will disarm you with their daft turns of phrase and unwilling customs like Wuklemak fell prey to this affable approach this time and time again. Only recourse is to be clear, firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. Valuable insight into the minds of the Pelo Pelo. Let us all take Ernvale's words of caution to heart. Poor Estinian, he's going to get sapped. He comes in here and he's going to walk away with piles of stuff and no gil. Pelo Pelo sighs, and mine too. Come to think of it, are also partial to coffee. Ooh, like a good coffee. Lucky to have Ernvale. Everyone, royalty especially, needs a friend unafraid to chide them when the rise needs. True. I swear I let her out of my sight for one moment. Not my finest moment, I admit, but now that we're here, let's see what we came here to do. Find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Trial, Alza, now I will speak with the merchants. Wuklemak, you and Ernvale will try approaching travelers and passerby. Balin, right? Try investigate any other establishments which catch your eye. Ought to you learn what ought of use, let us relay it to the third promise. Right, do what I do best, which is stomp around a town. Door's not that different from my height. Second aetheryte. Now, is there a porter in town? There should be. Up there you are. Oh, you're a gemstone trader. There's the porter. There we go. Jaws lies north of here. Headed that direction. Counting the sight of monsters in that area of late. Ooh. Back in India, then look for further. We'll have you set it up. This is perfect. You're the gemstone trader, so we'll have a word with you. Pell or gill, but by stone colors. Haka fillet. Pineapple. Harvested from the body of the megamule, like agave, it can be used to produce mezcal with a rich and full-bodied flavor. Ooh. Mezcal, tequila. Nothing fancy pants there. All right. An impatient porter. Electors? Oh yes, I've heard about the right of succession. Looking for a new ruler from the throne. Personally, I'm rooting for Zoralja. First wins his promise, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means more resources, more customers, in the thousands column potentially. Many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming way around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? Could you please just answer my question? Very well. About Elector, I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you're not a supporter of Zolchara's policies. Alright. Pretty much, no. I don't want to have to kick his tail. Family ranch, we raise alpacas. Their fluffy fleece, wiggly ears, capriciousness. Just the best, aren't they? Ah, very nice. You're brightly colored in a color. Mabu, do you have a question for me? Sorry, I don't know anything about electors. You could take a moment to see our prize alpacas, but so you can see. Sure you admire them from a respectable distance. To get too close, my nervous dominee may be tempted to spit on you, and that stuff stinks. I happened to be visiting a buyer not too long ago. Toby, that's the head of rancher. He was so mad at me for not giving him a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Toby noticing, and he knows everything that happens on this ranch. That seems to be the individual we're looking for. Family rent, delicate design, Mescal distillery. Well, I can almost guarantee there's a sight spot at the top there. Let's go ride up the mountain here. Ah, number 6. Distillery worker. Ah, the Dawn Servant Selector? Ah, I thought you were a new face in town. In fact, I'm standing about a foot taller than the rest of you. Good reason. Here for the right succession? I take it. Me, you won't. I don't care much who sits on the throne as long as they keep Taral peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying. You know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? Joy shared is a joy doubled, I say. No, thank you. Alright, yes, you were asking about that Electora business. Being freshly returned from my trading route, I heard there's probably contest afoot. Not much else. Our head ledger Tolby would probably tell you more about it. I figured that would be the case. One Tolby! Toby! Tolby. Giant war mech standing there, and it's like, yes! Watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of Miska, a stack of blankets, and then there was this enchanting ornament. Did manage that Tobley, the man, talked to about the contest. This head ledger of theirs can be found. Really? He's also head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far. We say we pay a visit once the others return. The others returned. Dun, 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 dun. Fat chocobo! Back already? It's hard to say. I'd say the one in pink. Shiver, that's a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. Can't let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. Of course not. I believe you, Liz. I've seen many a girl model using that particular stance. Arms behind the back, slowly bouncing around like that. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobley? Tobley, oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands, keep an eye on things. Can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is this part of a contest? All I can say is Tobley often mentions his favorite pungent subject. Also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us could? Am I right? Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. Ah, so it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Tobley a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. You? I don't think my purpose is deep enough for that. Let's ask some questions to narrow down the field. Meet back here and share our impressions. Oh boy. Diligent ranch hand. Visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. You're warned. Pack a spit if you start them. Suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. Twitching jaw, back away nicely. Yavi loves us buds, but the feeling is apparently not mutual. Not anyway at this rate. Many of the goods we're carrying for them come with great cost. Small price to pay for their happiness. True. Ruby. Am I Tobley? Yes, that's me. Excellent word, third. Promise and sharp instincts. Shall we commence the right succession then? Nonchalant. Yeah. Boastful ranch hand. Think I might be Tobley? Well, maybe I am. None of reared. Well, all I will say is that in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. Mablu. Obviously, I'm not Talobi. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out who Talobi is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. Where is that? Oh, a destination. See, we're both done our interrogations. Worker so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. This is our mastery end, so to speak. I'd say the diligent one, but I wouldn't have done that, but an offer I gladly accept. As you have guessed correctly, I am indeed Tobley, head ledger of one Spinachu, head rancher of the family ranch. It's of one of Gul Jajja's chosen electors. Ah, the place featured in Toliel Saga, just as we thought. I was right to trust your instincts. I wager this won't be the last time. Found you out fair and square, Tobley. I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity if her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dunservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all.
Zulja.
Zorolja.
Zeralja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobley, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobley. That's part of the test.
Intimidation.
You're Tobley.
Without even asking a single question.
It's intimidated
Very
one.
impressive indeed.
Because he intends this, and the
With
other
that
guy looked at.
amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawn Servant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one.
It's thought up to at least 99 different possibilities.
You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
That seems stupidly simple.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example!
All right, you.
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Oh,
Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said. Ah! The little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration, The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley braid like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Right.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching. The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Evil Yoda type voice right there. You will be. It's like, I'm not afraid. You will be. You will be.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
I hope they don't.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas.
Hey, don't look at me. This shirt's waterproof.
But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
True. But I think we should get some information.
Are you all right, Orclamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
I can't help. Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
The challenge is to do this, but we can't help. This is up to them. Also sort of frightened. Yeah, no, he was just pure intimidation. I'm content to remain ignorant of the smell. I agree with that. Oh, you Chocobo, get over here. Thank you. So Jal must be a mind of Garlemald's own exalted son. Those two, Xenos was undeniably more arrogant. Yes. A sought-after elector. The rules, same rules don't apply to wild alpacas. I had to go wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. Given a sniff just to make sure, the stench has ruined my sense of smell. Hey, I saw that look. I swear you like to park it where I don't need to go, don't you? Well, here, have another Gishel Green. Mountain Chromite hands. Cool. Very wary of people. Get close enough and one catch one will not be an easy task. Might have warned me about that earlier. I haven't shown enough with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle. We infuse the leather with relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. For a deal. We're a clan of merchants. If you want one, you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. Ah. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will talk you 10 pel in the thousands column. 10,000? 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Well, it comes to 1 million or so. Maybe if we all pitch in, I could do it easy, but yeah. No, this is my feat. Oh, it wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money somehow. We are traders, though. In that case... That basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with the saddle. That's a nice gesture. You think I turn 100 pel into 1 million? It's 10,000 times more. That's part of the challenge, though. 10,000 pel, not 1 million. We're looking at 100 times more. Alright, I panicked. I got confused with Elpino's million gil. It's like, we all pitch in. I can cover it. This trading idea. Almost were talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. I hate it when you're right. Let me help you with your deal making. Mablu. Work here as a ranch hand. Also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? Guided claimants towards the first step of the feat like I asked. As long as it goes alone to capture Alpaca, she's receiving assistance from whoever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you that saddle then, third promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Rest of this may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yeah, stay here, pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend the alpacas. Gladly, although Thalen, I think you should go with Wooklamat. You've seen markets and bazaars all over the world. Purely sage advice to share. True. In that case, you should hold on to the alpaca. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I'd do such a thing, but I'll leave the wool with Thalen anyway. Better to keep my hands free. All over the world, and others. Wait, you've been to other worlds? Try trading wool to Havai, the saddler. Would agree, but given how much he'll accept for his wares. Alright, 1 red paperclip it is. So, the only reason why I said Mablu was most likely a lady was mostly because of the way she was standing. Alright. Problem is, that's the only sort of semi-way you can do that. Carmine Secret, Unlikely Inspector. Well, we have 2 side quests, so let's get to some side quests. No, main quests until we have to leave the area, then back to those. Yes. Something I can do for you? We've come to bargain. What? Mablu, we've come with bargain. Special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. Saddle, is it? And how will you be paying with for it? Basket of fine alpaca wool. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of one single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. Well, that's what we kind of verified. And what might that be? Mezcal. I'd like to nurse a couple at the end of the day and finish the work. Bring me a jug of the quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. Goes well as far as that much mezcal can have for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on, did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed for the saddle. Cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That's 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled your price? Because I must support the man of ambition. We'll see my business prosper. We'll go to war. His cavalry needs saddles. Lots of saddles. Yes. Turn around to look at Halvadi. Yeah. And I put the stomp on a previous army. Twice. On two different regions of the world. 2 different fronts. You think you got a handle on it? Dealing with the Ferengi. War is good for profits. Peace is good for profits. Damn it. Rules of acquisition. Can't say I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. In the short term. Can't remember the dark days. Clans were at war. Many of the Pello prayed for your victory, Wuklamat. Younger ones, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors. Take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Isn't that the truth? Always the young forget the cost of war. Others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave future second promise in visions. They become obsessed with innovations like dirigibles made trade swift and easy. Those like this, convinced the first promises planned for conquest will offer them opportunities for great profit. This, aren't you of a younger generation? Say you're at least a year or 2 younger than me, I'd say. I was raised on the old tales, memorized the accounts, like when the Yakhoi ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn Surface to keep our nation from going back the way it was. And that's why I'm here. Why? Because I'm not up for kicking your butts. Because I don't want to start, deal with a war here. I make sure I win the contest. Saddle maker wants is so very expensive. I need 10,000. Weren't we expecting 10,000 on set? Nothing's changed, just what we need to get on with it. May not have a head tray or a stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up. A piece of Tuliola is on the line. Tuliola. And neither will I. We will make you a Dawn servant. Aim for that 10,000 jug. Bring us only failure. Touch more valuable. Needs alpaca wool and willing to trade a loss to acquire it. Reports your bid for a throne, for instance. Of course, the Weaver. Olnuck was his name, I believe. When I was waiting, it agreed with my vision. It was here to buy wool. Direction he was going. Now let's head back to the road where we first met them. You suck. I support conquest and war. Yeah, I fought against a group of people like that. You did? Win? Yep. And I put a large number of them in their graves. Then I went to the ethereal sea and destroyed their souls. Oh. And consider you were looking to conquer my home. That's where you met the Weaver? So, walked off the song. Going to Inkvo's Inn. Most visitors to Wankapacha end up staying there. Go and check, shall we? Hmm. $160 southeast. That's just up here. Mallow puffs? Oh. Yep. Lunar Bahamut, people. And of course, then I'll just heal afterwards. Yeah, that's a pretty mean heal, isn't it? Although I will admit this thing, that's not bad. It actually has come up a fair bit. Now 500. Oh, Wheelers, there it is. Jump that wall. Always some big horny beast hanging around, isn't there? $220 to the south. Alright, we'll go get that. They'll be up here. Interesting. And 67 southeast. Oh, you're just in a wonderful place then, aren't you? Fine. Suspension's got it. Needs an extra tune. That's about it. doing some wonderful in exchange. I have the basket, Phelan. Ah, are you interested in making a trade? You wish to do business. Might I ask what this is about? Ask a wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Those poppies? Decent to but close allow me to cross into lands freely of my suppliers. Naturally, I prefer one pledged to preserve peace to win the throne. For this wool poncho, a small token I pray contributes to your victory. Fine craftsman, either 5 hell in the hundreds column. Very generous. Well, those, thank you. I promise I won't let you down. Those do look like poppies, don't they? Faith in you, third promise. May fortune bless you. You coupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Remembered our weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. But true, the connections you build with people are vital. One of the most fundamental precepts of trading. True. One you've instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Take our 500 and trade it for something even more valuable. Told you we're doing the one red paperclip routine. If I lost it somehow, Aaronvale would never let me hear the end of it. Alright. Our next deal is waiting to be found. Excellent trade! 100 to 500, pal. Levering connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. Individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. It's true. That makes sense, but how do we know when someone needs a poncho? You ask around. They have a fabulous sense of style. The sign is traditional. I don't think fashion is part of its appeal. Only those who would have the practical need would be interested. Wait, that's the obvious answer, isn't it? Look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. There you go. You'll find a demand for our supply. But where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? Well, right here. You're starting right here at the inn. Might be interested travelers. Hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably Land's Guard or sellswords. Mamuja, who's a soldier further, for living, prefer not to wear much above the waist, hampers their movements. So if they have bared shoulder, Mamujas carrying arms can be struck off the list. Yeah, I'd agree. No coat or cloak, but also has no weapon. We might have a winner. You're not a mercenary by trade. Curious your bold choice of dress or lack of. It was no choice of mine. I was attacked by beasts on the way here, barely escaped like this. My coat was not so lucky. Actually, a toolmaker from Tulliola. He's dressed quite smartly. Ah, told you. All the better to show the fellow what kind of man takes pride in his appearance before I work. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. Splendid poncho. Perfect replacement for the coat I lost. Art. What I can make for one of your fine tools, perhaps. What about this hatchet? Crafted myself, I will vouch for its quality. Blade looks sharp, half well made. Value at 1 pill in the thousands column. We have a deal. Fine garment, you should find footing even with any Palo merchant. Like the epiphanal owner of Mifflu's mate garden. Your field hands use hatchet to harvest the mate. Thought to impress her with the tools I sold you. Oh, no matter, I have other tools to sell. Glad to meet you. Well, that was a convenient thing you said. The Mifflu's mate garden we go. Yes, it's fair this. We should take alpacas. We'll take the car. These ones will be the calm type, right? I don't know. Excellent trade. Fine hatchet. I'm just gonna buzz there with a motorcycle. We'll go by bike. We'll just take the car. What car? The car. Tools, mine, the potential. Mine change professions, you'd be an excellent merchant. I'm a wicked craftsman as it stands. We'll get moving? You should be the one to hold on to this. Up on the alpacas Mabu so kindly provided. Alright, there you go. Let's mount up. Yeah, okay. Off to Mate Fields we go. Totally fine. These ones are accustomed to people. Still don't trust them. You have a knack for riding, no matter what you say. Without our packing then, we Pello would never become traveling merchants. Imagine all walking all the way across Tural. That's true. Animal muscle goes a long way to cover a lot of things. I swear that mountain is too tall to be real. More, wasn't that the name? Forbidding sight. Never once appreciated it up close. Okay. Have to take a long way around the cliffs to get there to the highlands beyond belonging to the Yokyoi. Learn about the peddler profession, you don't care? No, I love working with alpacas. Yes. Becoming a peddler has always been a dream of mine. I'm just not sure I have the talent for it. What's there to do with talent? If I can help you buy this, it'd be a proof that I can do this after all. In that case, be ready to be... You'd be the best, or best get ready to be a merchant. Looks like we're almost there. Another cactar? Noto cactar? These little guys are all over the place. Damn you, ancients. Damn you. Ooh, mezcal. And up there. Did it without a single smelly incident. Back us back to the inns. But we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads, you were adopted by the Dawntrail. Roads to travel? Weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Perhaps you understand, I was an orphan too, you see. Toby took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading for things for your saddle. For the feet of gold. And it's mate harvesting season. They can't have too many quality hatchets. Walking last way with people, you should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Ah, pass the hatchet to the third promise and let's begin the bargaining. In a moment, I saw something up the hill. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, those look like papa-papas. Peace. There's no way up that way. Oh, damn! You've already got all the ether currents of the area. Yep, there's alpaca with the blue marker, meaning they are not hostile to you. There's my ether current. So I got 2 here and there. So I've got 5 normal and 3 subquests to go for that area. Happily! Is that little axe for me? Well, the hatchet, but yeah, we've got one of these. What do you think of this tool? It's not the best tool I've ever seen. Your Miplu. Owner of these fields, I have a man to trade for you if you're interested. Well, their promise might convince me entertaining. What do you have on offer? A hatchet forged by a seasoned artisan, razor edged of this exceptional tool, make light work of your crops. Quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. Value at 1,000, same price as the hatchet. It'll bring us no closer to the MSQ. Does not the demand for our hatchets afford them a higher value? This season, why I procure apple branch tools well in advance. We've missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Go this way. Generous deal here will put you in third promises graces, surely worthy of consideration. Vince, but I must tell you, I stand with the second promise. Hidden innovations improve every aspect of our lives, including farming. And I will no longer have need of hatchets. Yes, you will. For you, I have nothing but respect for local Lamat. That's why I'm prepared to offer a fair hatchet at a fair price. Suppose it is fair given your reasons, but ourselves would be no better off for this transaction. This. If we were to help bring in your harvests, would you give us a better deal? Matter of fact, I would. Until Kora's forms come out, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the basic rules of trading? You can rest here, Malbu. Thalen and I will get to the Mete Gauns. No, I'm helping too. Off the fields, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Where are we? Oh, that way. Although, technically, I'd be a little more fun. Oh, it's not going to do that? Dang it. Giant metal cutting claws. I was thinking more of what this is here. I wasn't sure what Maple would buy. Goes to show you never know until you try. Yeah, what came to my rescue there? She's really good with the people. Yes, that's her strength. A strength of heart. Have some of this. But my leaves then, I have. Would you like me to go get another 5 bundles? Acceptable harvest. We'll see how you with this before I make decisions, though. Brought our share as well. More than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. After adding value labor to the price of this, full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Well, that'll get us a good sack of metal. Premium mate brought at the shop costs you no more or less than 5,000 pel in the thousands column. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest this. I'm glad we could come to mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. Feeling that cutscene was going to drag a little. She's going to be questioning herself now that she says, Mabu, what's wrong? I think Toby's done for me. I plan to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting the basic rule of trade. How am I expect Toby to accept my decision then? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could see the pillar before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps. Not because he expects it of me. I wish to preserve Tural's peace, and becoming the Dawn Sapling happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing. I wouldn't be surprised if Toby held the same position, so talk to him. Ding! I never asked. Expressive little eyes they've got. This is going to be an outfit. You're right. Better to find out for sure than worry that what he might say. Thank you for advice. So many of us get stuck in our ways that way, don't we? Saddle to buy. A success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. Trade our teas for something halfway towards this. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain away into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I'll make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong composition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Conan Zeralja? Need a smack on the bum right there. I mean, of course I am. I'm Wook Lamat, the Dawn's Promise after all. Am I? Smack. Ow! What was that for? Reminder. You do this for yourself, and you're making yourself do this. Yay! Never take it slow. Once I have a goal in mind, full speed. That's who I am. Well, now that you've got your mind back in order, let's go. Let me give you the Matelis. Don't need to rest proving Aaron Vale's point. Mezcal Distillery, then. It's like, everyone in the car. What? Car. Oh, with this you could transport all sorts of goodies. Vehicle. A friend. Right? Earned it. So where'd you get this from? A friend. Someone from another world. Lost their vehicle here. Took a bit to get them back to their own world. Really? Mm-hmm. And in doing so, one other friend, mechanical genius, was able to basically build a replica of the vehicle in question. Ah. Silver Lobo. Equivalent of wolf type creature, isn't it? Yep. So it's not even a standard wonder in your area then? Nope. Right place, wrong way. I want to go to the distillery. Suspension's good. I would believe the distillery is interested in basically keeping things the way they are. You do? I do. Mezcal's overpowered. Fumes alone are making me dizzy. Speak with a man of Gobli. Masters of his craft. Knows the value of the product. Convince him to trade twice as much these leaves. You need to target information, asking around, taking in the gossip. You talk with the people here in the distillery, Thalen. Perhaps we'll come up can do the same at the village entrance. I'll head to the north side, see what I can learn. Babija. Chief Tuliola came here to buy Golby's mezcal, finest in Toral according to my customers. Always brings a jug to our dealings, but I can't handle this stuff all too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so idle I'll agree to whatever price he quotes me. It'd be nice to have less potential potent refreshments during such conversations. Also, I might have to seriously consider our arrangement. Right, it's going to try to get you smashed, basically, before he makes his deal. No sense when it comes to appearances. He's been invited to the palace for business negotiations, presents himself court wearing his usual rumpled attire, laughed out of sun perch. Oh, you're hiding over there. Alpaca bliss. This'll be a mount. Must be a goalie. Tell you what Gobley's been saying. Muttering about just prowling around the agave jaws. Field where he gather their ingredients for mezcal. And their presence made it much harder to procure ingredients, thus throwing up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue. Too hard said it affects the work it does. Can't rightly bring this if they can't keep making what thing they love. Ah, he's a true brewer then. Less interested in profit and more about the finality of his product. What did you find out? We can make use of those tidbits. Steel is good as sealed. Found where Gobley is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go on ahead, I'll bring Wooklamat. Grinding the leaves. You have business with me, sir. Why don't we talk below? Not to distract the alpaca from his work. Just have to not get smashed while making the deal. What's this about? Keep it brief. Market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal. Assuming you have any on hand, that is. Excellent choice. Doesn't come cheap. We don't have... Oh. Offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange. Top-grade stuff like the mezcal. Mate leaves are well and due, but I don't have any use for them. No deal? Just like that? Why don't we sit chap over a cup of mezcal? No. Monsters in the agave fields. Let's start with that. Now let's consider our timing. Distaste for strong drink? I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regulars is the same. Since not everyone can enjoy it, I wonder if I might benefit from having some other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance. Brewed with the finest from the finest leaves, of course. Uh-oh. Ah, you're right. Absolutely right. I had noticed growing reluctance on part my hobogi, or hobo, I can't say that. Friend, but did not realize myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, with added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. Follow the Collinses. Not yet. Keep that till we need it. But the third promises graced us with her presence. Yeah. Contest is decided. Subsequent ascension ceremony banquet will be a prestigious. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would definitely bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be the rumored invitation to the palace discussed? Very possible. Yes, I admit. Still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity if I could secure the deal. Think you're exceptional. Mezcal would speak for itself. That said, no such thing as being too prepared. First impressions. You'd want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Volok Shuna. Sunsha. Such a, missed the opportunity of a lifetime without the proper garments. I am misreading this stuff terribly. Oh, crap. You have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, but we can provide you with the next best thing. An introduction to a weaver. His name is Bokna. His works are highly regarded in Tuliola. As a supporter of Wuklamat and a keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless happily guide you to the selection of an outfit this golden occasion. Certainly a tempting proposal, one I'd like to take a full advantage. Scales still aren't quite balancing. Weren't there monsters running among agave jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to Hylian sellswords to clear them out. Factoring the saved expenses, an introduction to a trusted weaver, and this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. You have a deal. So this, Thalen and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. Time I will use this to pen an introductory letter to Boknal. The fields are looking just north of this. Be safe. We'll annihilate them. Oh yeah. If you see a giant dragon flying around the place and blasts of all sorts of things, yeah, don't panic. Big chocobo sitting next to you. It's like, right? If you see a giant explosions, if you hear a giant explosion, see blasts of light and a giant set of dragons and firebird flying around all over the place, yeah. Some giant demons and other things just like smashing stuff, don't panic. Don't panic, don't panic. Oh, it's up there. Oh, Jaws, just that over there. Lit up. Come find me when you finish clearing out your share of the pests. That's what I was more thinking. That looks more like agave to me. Of course, this will be leveled appropriately. $90. Oh, maybe not. Yep. No, it... Like, why is it Bahamut? It goes Solar Bahamut, Bahamut, Solar Bahamut, Phoenix, back to Solar Bahamut. So, there's a Solar Bahamut between each one. So it'll go back to being Solar Bahamut now. Back to Solar Bahamut. And then after this Solar Bahamut, it would go to Phoenix. Prickly Barb Mole. We're actually going to have a bit of a challenge. She's at this end of the fight in the field. Aloe plants. Ventured with Papa, they were no challenge at all. Let's head back to the distillery. Give Mabu a sack of leaves so she can seal the deal. Speak of which, let's do a quick check on our companion. How close are we to almost full? It's getting up there. 140,000 experience for Freya. Nice. So she'll be 16 easy. Well, for you, it's more about raising your companion. You got it. What happens when they get full power? I have another onion for them. I'm sure a lot of people have already power leveled their companions to full power. There's only a little bit around up here still. Monsters were no trouble for you. You're kidding. Just look at her like, yeah, no, not a problem. Here the mate leaves and read an introduction as agreed. Deal is done. Here's your premium this, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Great work, especially you, Mablu. Inspire me to come this way, this far. Third promise, but let's not celebrate till we've got the saddle in hand. Drive a hard bong, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand for now. If you ever become a proper merchant, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Smug cat is smug. Oh, smug woke Lamak, smug look. Just 5,000 Pel, top grade mate leaves for this. Held a 10,000 Pel jug of anything for handshot ones. Here, you better hold on to it till we get the saddle maker. Yeah, this one's fragile. Imagine if you dropped it and had to start all over again. Not in this place. We need to cross the palace. Or the plaza. Palace. You and your words. Reading comprehension failure. Yeah, you wouldn't believe what I do for a living. Fortunately, I'm smart. We've been working towards. Time to make our deal. We make your deal, I go off and do a bunch of side questy things. We've brought you your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing, a few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an aspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Embarrass. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Zorjal, or Zoralja, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelo Pelo. You made a deal. If trade is a fair one, I will craft your saddle, third promise. Great. Stay and wait if you'd like. I have the requisite minimum. This won't take long. Tap, 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 tap. Bong, swing. Mission is ready. Catching a wild pack is never a simple affair, but easier time with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. Ah, I could taste that smooth mezcal already. Watch the angles there. We did it. The saddle is ours. I think we started out with only 100 pel pop this. Malibu, you're going to make an incredible merchant. Thank you. Makes me so glad to hear that, third promise. Oh, let's return to the French. The others will be waiting. Feat accomplished. This is sort of a takeoff of the 12 tasks of Hercules, really, isn't it? Yep, 7 crystals to fetch with 7 tasks to do. Versus 12 feet, although technically it was 10, but 2 more were technically added after the fact. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little subquests so far opened up for what we've done. I made a mistake, a startling one, and caught a gob of spittle for my trouble. Beginning to understand Wooklamat's aversion to the animals. Aww. I had to care for this. One gentle girl ate straight from my hand. Aw, Cryle's getting this, and Alizé got slonged. You acquired the saddle, then? Yes, no thanks to so small part with Mablu. Before you rush off with this, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. That look on her face, no! Hey, your task. I know. This is something I need to learn. Great sunken gods, I did it. That's one way to say it. Hardly seemed bothered, less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Wooklamat's touch. Singular scent saddle's been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. You know, I've never taken a good look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. You're only noticing that now? Zolja, he's back. Having done exactly what he set out to do. Is it just me, or is it glowing? Such a beast. They say a golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, which shuns colony of both men and its own kind. He went out and caught himself a shiny. That's what he bloody well did. How did he manage to snare a prize like that? Beast knows it's better when faced with overwhelming strength that will risk yield rather than risk death, an apt illusion how great power the first promise exceeds yours, Wuklamat. Oh, by that standard, strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, then Toral can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. Unite as one, people must be taught they must suffer the horror and hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, wages of wars, merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join in the founding Toria all those years ago. Younger generation's village, since birth, they've basked in unbroken harmony. They behold, regard not as tragedy, but opportunity. Thus does Singh provide an education. He offers much-needed lessons in the realities of conquest, a renewed appreciation for peacetime. It's a harsh lesson to teach them. It is true, war's misery brings a longing for peace. But I've seen my own eyes what comes of an empire forged through violence you propose, the rebellions it spawns, the ruins it left behind. Ruins I made. Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors as well they should. Men are not beasts, only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. Not why Gulja did not elevate the Maju. Treated all clans with equal respect. However, First Promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. Do not only use threads, but the star in its entirety. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. They defeat gold, then appropriate golden flourish. May I present you your much deserved keystone. You and I are gonna bang heads. Never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or Kona. It's like we're not even family. This, you realize, of course, it's for fools and all the rest of it. You realize I'm the one that brought them to ruin, and I will easily smack you upside the head too. So much for our star, which begun to embrace reconciliation and rebuild. This would-be warlord would thrust us all back into turmoil. We cannot allow that to happen. What kind of idiot thinks the world can be united with war? Even the most Garleans have realized that their conquests were a mistake. And go to war for its twisted version of peace. If peace, then what? I'm gonna get his butt smacked, that's for certain. Ponder Zalja and its mysteries later. Right now I do think about the feet of gold. I have my saddle, I'll practice how to use it. Lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. Valley of Orucana. Northwest of here. Come on, everyone. Can't tend to ourselves, we can at least see you're off to the hunt. Oh? And how do you intend to win against things you can't reach? Battles are too far in between to really summon this. Seaver's Coffee Grounds. Ooh. Supposed to be their coffee, I guess. It's not badly modeled. I have several coffee plants in my own home. Yes, I have had them go to seed before, so. Jacu bird. Those things. Well, he is. Glance over the edge. Mists are too thick to even speculate. Well, you be careful on your feeding there. I've never set this valley's home to fiends more fearless than spinning alpacas. Deep and treacherous place. Only those ahead for ledgers, blessings, permitted to go there. Caught the alpaca first doesn't mean we'll be out of the running. She can do this. Right. Cheering her. Away we go.
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks. I'll need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it.
But this you don't get to help.
But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home, too. Right. I'm off.
Like, we're gonna cross the ocean. Oh yeah? How do you plan to do that one, Scuzzy Bop?
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
Wait here.
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wook Clamart is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
Mm-hmm.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Throw up a tent. Something I must admit that's been missing.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
It's not like we haven't had a chance to actually buy a tent for this sort of thing.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shaitana from Shak Tural? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me.
Mm-hmm.
But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt.
All right.
Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place.
Ah.
Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
The Golden
Wait,
City.
are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Yep.
Just so.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Wait. Do you hear that?
Well done, Wooklamat.
I did it.
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
All for a tranquilizer dart. And then dismantling, new obsession, now that he's mastered collecting firewood. At some time, glad I was able to catch her alpaca. Aaron Vale chose to share a story with us, came as a surprise. In his healing hands, I can actually stand again, maybe even walk. Spoke too much. Walk this, should be up this. Aha. No serious injury, clearly had been pushed the limits of her endurance. Third Promise can come back to us. Healthy looking beast, surely this satisfy enough to feed of gold? Well, it just was asked a alpaca, not specific alpaca. They, hardly surprising, spent all night chasing alpacas. Fatigue away will... Mate tea. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. Oh, you can take your time, the tea will be ready when you arrive. Mate is going into it a bit like hops into beer, I guess. It's at a slower pace. Well, the ranch is just over here anyway. So you gotta do it. There. So it's being chased by that barb mole. It's just an angry little thing, aren't you? Like, rawr, rawr, my road, my road. Ahead of the others, did you? I should hurry along with the tea then. Can't be that far behind. A cup of tea's always good. Ooh, it really is magical. I feel better. Comfortable around our fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpaca, what grasses and fruits they eat, what sounds they react to, their adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? No mistaking the valley alpaca? Commend you on your success. Well done. We did it! It's a keystone for the tablet. And find a shiny one like Zeral did. Surprise you this. Golden once every few decades. They're elusive solitary creatures rarely seen, much less captured. And physical and magical gifts. The only other single person known to caught one before was Gajah himself. Papa was chasing alpacas too? So my grandfather's stories say. Before the founding of Tuliyola, the time when the mountain giants of Hokyoi held our people in thrall. Our overlords, our fur bearers, would ride alpaca mounts into the highland, deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Wretched days to hear my grandfather tell it. Young Gulaju, Galujaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of the Dawn Servant. The rainbow shirt. And a Moblin in this. And a Vera in the back. Full entourage. People are amazed at this imposing two-headed figure equal to Huel in stature, puzzled by his mismatched companions. Some trembled and feared, believing a new conqueror had come. To notice such this, he sat and spoke with us, sipping cups of tea we offered him. He grew somber when he learned of our plight. Zero would do next. Ascended the cliffs to face the giants and freed the Pelo from the Yokai subjugation. Then turned a praising eye on our riders, proposed we take the road to peddle our beverages. It just seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, bent on fostering, between the clans. Transforms us into a clan of itinerant merchants. Never heard of the bond pop-up or for the Pelo spoken of in that way before. The saga's not so detailed. You may not know, Galuja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up into the highlands. Thus he did capture a golden alpaca. My brother and father caught the rarest of creatures. Well, an ordinary one was only the best I could manage. Feat required no more than that, Third Promise. You brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Right? Perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Not only this, but you made many trades, brought joy to many people in true Pelo fashion. I sorely doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. To be proud of your accomplishment, which you earned your keystone. Those are some scratchy nails. 5 more to go. And some quests for me to do in the area. Well on your way, Third Promise. I've been lost without you, Mablu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu. Yes, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. If I didn't understand the alpaca, I was uncomfortable around them. Thankful for you. Give me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. Toby, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. Appreciate everything you've done for me. I love every moment caring for the alpacas. Something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. He knew. Does your parents allow me to say one thing? I've always tried to give my wards lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide. Yet never once I wanted to be the only happiness you knew. Ah, fair enough. You have my blessing to walk any path you choose, Mabu. It gladdens me you found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Tobli. What did I tell you, Mablu? Unlike that, you need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. I suggest you talk with the Yakhoi. They once ruled over more than just Uripacha and the Pelo Pelo. 1,000 years ago, they were overlords of Yoktoral and all its peoples. During that era, the Pelo Pelo were commanded to search for a city of gold. Scoured every inch of the continent, never found trace of the fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yakhoi have to tell us? Ooh, questions. They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into the legend, how the legend originated. We lose nothing from asking the questions. Besides, determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. Aha! Well, Kryl, I did have a question meaning since we're finished. Pete, where did you acquire that earring? My earring? Do you recognize it? Pieces like it were first fashionable with the Yoktoral around 20 years ago. Since then, it's been common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago, right about the time my grandfather made a journey, the Dawn Servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely it's more significant than just simple fashion. Want to know how it first came to be crafted? Seeing if... No. We could try finding out. Seeing as it's a regular seller for many merchants, curious to learn about it myself. Appreciate that very much, thank you. Each person to peddler been the same, Mabu? Two keystones down. May we head back to Tuliola and plan our next move? I think you will. Farewell for now. Thanks for the help. I will become Dawn Servant. Make sure to set up your best mezcal for this occasion. Best tequila. There's a fearsome opponent in that brother herself. Even brought a golden alpaca to heal. But you've heard Zaldjo supports Sapak. They might see opportunity in his expansionist efforts, but they find himself the man intimidating, terrifying even. As have I grown to love Wuklamat. Everyone she meets come to love her too. That's why she'll win the throne. You might be right, Mablu. You might be right. Feels good to have defeated gold safely under our belt, even if the victory pales beside Zodra, the shiny golem. I know I shouldn't have let it bother me. God knows, you've all been so supportive. I want to be strong and wise like my brothers. Be promised that people respect. Yeah, be a promise that people respect. Not likely if I stand here carrying on and on about things. Let's get a move on. Back to Taco House. Officially its name now, Taco House. Contest has hardly begun. Right, you head back to the Taco House. I have a mountain of side quests to get to. Oops, couldn't get up there. Corn Servant! You've returned! Your friend from Tulliola. Hope the days as well as your stomach are more merrier since we last met. Guess we have to feed someone here too. Frank rumbling caught my attention. A belly in need. How fortuitous fate would guide you here. May I impose on you to help me some more? If you would lend me an ear to the poor boy's troubles, or lend an ear, oh boy, I'll lend an ear of my own. You. Just, these jokes are a little corny for me sometimes. Pirate Carmen Hume. Oh, yes. Age-old dying. Help me out and I'll tell you about it. Commonly found. Like 2 of them. Ah, 2 precisely thick sacks. Basically, put the cactars in the bag. Nopely. Sivlu. Artisan from Tulliola, right on time. Damaged caravan sustained storm must be elevated as soon as possible. In your inspection as possible. Check to see if the frames have been cracked, canopies ripped, balloons either side punctured. I seem to have been roped into a bit of inspection here. Get these out of the way then. Battered caravan. Fastenings. This lead to more repairs. Yes. Right, its nuts are hanging out. Don't you hate that when that happens? Water pooling in the caravan's interior. Not removed, floor integrity will be compromised. Jeez. Roof's ripped. I'm much too tired now. Strange, really, no matter how much sleep. Suppose this. But this weird grumbling in my stomach, I have no appetite. I recognize the lover of corn when I see one. He eats only corn. Malnourishment. Well, that's a problem right there. Corn's not that nourishing. Prepared with lime water. Ah, yes, that's true. Right? Corn itself needs to basically be treated with an alkali to bring it forth. Corn soup, really best of foods. I can't get enough of it. Never thought eating only corn would be bad for me. There's no design. I've been feeling terrible lately. Yes. More creative with my corn cooking. How about a few things to go with it, my dude? Right? That's the problem with some people and their diets. They come up with this great idea for a diet, but you should talk with a properly registered dietitian or nutritionist, whichever the appropriate term is in your particular area, before changing any diet. Besides, you get yourself in all sorts of trouble. Too much of a good thing, even corn. But in moderation, together with herbs, spices, and flavorings, you can enjoy a cornucopia of delectable delights. You twist your ear if you make another corn joke. Could say I'm silk of them. Well, I'm not the artisan, but I will give you an appraisal, which says basically fix that thing. Go way through the ranch. All right. I suppose down around the outer part of the ranch would have worked just the same. Dirty Dancing, Gone Dull. Dirty Dancing, if I remember rightly, was an old movie to deal with Latin American type dances and stuff like that. Almost didn't see you there. You're so well camouflaged. Vandercool. Dang it. We'll pick up and do these quests before we leave the area. Oh, you're not what I'm looking to murder. Red substance clinging to its cuticles. Main quests we won't Oh, I'm not worried. A little bonus experience here, there, or everywhere would be helpful, but like I said, not super important. You always do this, though, pretty much. Try to push my level as hard as I can while I'm getting up there. Troubled craftsman. What seems to be your trouble? Excuse me, do you have a moment? I need your help. Project for this, I seem to have lost the lucky charm, my dear doll. Ah, you lost it. You find my doll for me. Apparently. Gilja. Other dapper gentleman in that outfit. Mountain Crow might bring. Got the chances? Yes, dare say, timed your visit any better. Tell me, do you know of the hot springs? Hot springs? For patritional chance of the Moja, I intend to join him there. Post my stall this. Head for Panakana retreat south of here. For a dancer carrying himself with grace and poise. We know you. Hot springs up the hill, though. Tulichu? Tulichu, I choose you. You did not even check to see if there's a point nearby, did you? Dignified dancer. We know you. Traditional bathing dance. I am honored. Show it to me. Truly appreciate it. You must understand the purpose behind each movement. Springs, pores, purifying the world, bodies, trice, clean grime, mind of thoughts. Joints of ache. Come, I will show you. What this? Aid dance, snow allowed, this. No is allowed in the public springs. Those who do not comply will be escorted out and banned from further entry. Stimulation is simply too much for other guests. I'd be happy to have someone escort to one of our private springs where you can perform your dance to your heart's content. I was unaware of such a rule. Sir, it's regrettable I cannot discern much-old tradition before an audience. Better that I dance in private than not at all. Be kind enough to let my pupil, if I don't know, I will not perform in seclusion. It's appropriately named. Not for the reason you think. Trust me, you'll be washing your eyes out after seeing it. Yeah, we've seen it before. I would think it was in a weathered jar. Nope. Is it in the basket? Nope. We both made this. It's in the shelves. It's on the shelves. Aha. Well, you already have all the area. Oh, hot springs are... Yes. Not that many hot springs flow from a internal point like that, but that would indicate anything we have to do inside the mountain walls. It's gonna be a little bit warm. And 40 odd to the west. Oops, that's not the one I wanted to push. I want to push this button. And 14 to the west. I should see it. This location. Southwest. It's up there. Right, that's not happening for a little bit then. Alright. Oh. Oh, right. You able to find it? Merchant, after going to such kindness. Yes, bright dial. Reminder, uphold that ideal. Spread happiness through trade. Hmm. Been in the public springs, traveled this way to perform it. Following the great steps, the most handsome of my master's pupil. Oh, Ulugja, how I miss him. He left Taral many years ago. It's the mercenary across the salt. Hope he is well. Yeah, we met him. So did a certain gentleman from Costa del Sol. Oh boy, were the girls not happy with him thinking about that. Witness the dance today? One day you'll take a dance. Funny, I can't make a mention about, yes, I've seen it. Oops, I should, of course, resummon. .247 to the south. 247 to the south. Still chasing that one. It's not far enough away from it to not be the one triggering. Or close enough to another one, I should say. Lustard? Capable traveler, I need your help. Caravan was attacked by beasts. My bodyguard, mercenary, could barely fend for himself, let alone me this. Somehow he managed to throw me over his shoulder, carry me all the way here. He ran back to Jaws of Death. Now I can figure why. Beg of you, go save him. Boy. Angry thing, aren't you? Silver Lobos. Quick, aid him. He does not perform that bathing thing. Such ease. I get ahead of myself. Thank you for saving me. Mercenary for hire. I would shame if I wasn't. I'm ashamed such help was even necessary. Don't get over yourself. Sometimes there's always someone stronger. Merchant sent you. Did she? Didn't catch that one, did you? Back on her caravan. Saw her wares scattered all over. Figured at least I could do is retrieve as much as I could. And still just that. No need of you to stay, my friend. Better know that I'm safe. Grab what I can and be along shortly. Right? So the Pelu are no different than the Lalafell. It's that you just treat them as if they are individuals by name, and don't refer them as basically he or she until you get a confirmation of someone referring to them as a he or she in game. Because they're unvoiced, you can't tell without their voices. Even then, it would probably be a hard motion. You take considerable pride trade as mercenaries. Young man, see a particularly acute sense of responsibility. Some of Jaws travel across the salts. Yes, they did. They were taught it was a bad idea and have returned. How do you know? Who do you think taught them it was a bad idea? For instance, you failed to protect my caravan. We have to discuss some form of compensation for my losses. Heartless, he saved my life. This. Claim my wares. Our treating his wounds must come first. I thought you were going to. I should have. I didn't. I mistook him for you. Please forgive me. Innovation of Kona's. Chocobo carriage. I wondered why they looked this. Trust me. Chocobo caravans. Yeah, that's why I said you'll probably get one as a mount. Yep, although it's most likely going to be a Mog Station type mount if it ever comes. Bulge in the sack's what I think it is. Never hope to carry these oversized succulents. As we agreed, I share you the secrets of their dyeing technique. Good bits on their cuticles as you pack them are infect parasites. Infested by Vilekin, gradually weaken. They wander their way from the prickly, settle in the southwestern hills. Clear of this migration is of their own volition. Crush the palins into alien it into a bag, dry them, and crush them to extract the carmine within. Very using insects might seem unusual. Living in parched land, sparse vegetation, one must have understanding of all that cellular be. True, true. Nothing like upcycling. Noppy! Rubbing his hands together. Alright, Noppy, you little bastard. What do we got for you? I recognize you. I've heard about you. Companion of the third, a dependable individual. Name's Nopley, and I have a merchant blessed by fortune, if I do say myself. No chance encounter. The hands of fate guide us. This exchange in valuable items at unbelievable price. Boy. I could just attention over here for this. Rates. Corrupt crystals. Oh crap. Gibberish words and other things that basically need up to make up some frackin' words. Beautiful, aren't they? Extracted from the rope, yeah, Eorzea, shone with a brilliant orange hue, and unlike quite a running musicals. No? Offer them for a low price of 1 pel in the millions column. But anything for this. Not even worth a fraction of that price. What do you mean? Considering how much it set me back to purchase them, I'm offering them that's strange. These are precious crystals, are they not? They're corrupted crystals. They only have specific uses outside of certain things. Are considered priceless treasures in Eorzea? No, they're not. In fact, they're seen as a dangerous object that are basically not used for anything. That's why they're corrupted. Not only these corruptions commonplace across the salt, they're highly volatile. Elemental do battle with the powerful entities you call primals. Kept them in warding to protect them against their deleterious effects. They no practical use for such crystals have been discovered, meaning no one in the right sense would bother to mine them. Never mentioned the word. They said they're extremely rare in Eorzea, which is why I decided to purchase them in the first place, even at an exorbitant price he offered. You've been had. They really have no use? Afraid so. Have I not been lucky been swindled? Yeah, afraid so. Fortune hasn't abandoned me completely yet. Verify these truly have no value. Someone I can trust, you will be willing to share the truth with me, says a lot. Give it some thought. If you have no interest, be free on your way. Besides, just me, I'll be here waiting. Which I can really talk to you about, but you got a big pile of corrupted crystals, buddy. It required special converter just to use them against Leviathan, for that matter. Raleigh mages make use of them in their rituals. Container to ward off crystals harmful as this. As per your explanation, elemental converter with the skills, and my skill is this. Materials for a warding vessel should be well within my this. Boomlaw tribe. Oh boy. We're gonna have a friggin' primal on our hands before you know what's going on. Bow-bearing guard. What I'm looking for has a staff-bearing guard. You're the one I'm looking for. And this. Its very nature can change on a whim. Why would you tell him that? You have to. Blow himself up, or worse, summon a primal by accident. You have to be careful about these things. Jump on you? No, can't get up that way. Dang it. No shortcut through there for me. Right, not. He's not interested in it as they change this. Thank you for speaking for them in my half. Seems you're right. These crystals really are worthless. Unable to make back what I lost, one thing I can do. Nurse Epenu, continuing his crooked ways. Will you help me? That I will. Someone needs a boot and a tout. Small token of my thanks. I must stop him. Say I should swindle anyone else. Yes. Another unsuspecting traveler to be hoodwinked. Gotta get out there and smack him. Round and one to pillow. See if anyone's run in with disreputable merchants. I'd like you to find the scoundrel. Keep him in your sights. By whatever means necessary. Can't have him leaving before we've had a chance to settle this matter after all. Stock on using ill-gotten pelf to stock up for his return to Eorzea. Inspecting the stalls at the inn. Ask after a Lalafell. Of Gigi Mulu. Be discreet. Once you've found them, keep them occupied as long as possible. Oh, he's going to be occupied, all right. Up there at the inn? Oh, yeah. I'll take whatever bonus experience to the ninja I can, but it's not important. Right? Because all I'll do is just do, starting with the Dark Knight. Push. Dark Knight will be the next class I basically push to 100. Merchant you spoke with on the ship to Tulliola. Aren't my name. Hi, I'm Gigging Mula at your service. Since my arrival, I must say business has been booming. Read the details of the most recent trend. Since I found the smoothing walls pinching on my skin, I can think of little else. I must be going, my friend. He's headed right back up there, hasn't he? Like, you brought corrupted crystals from Eorzea here, and decided to be a... You've got all your ether things too. Gathering. Crafter's already in full swing. Oh yeah, they've had, you know, almost a week worth of time now. Basically get the, this. You know, it wouldn't be hard to punch through the main story quest, like I said. I'm taking my time because I'm enjoying it. But they would have punched right through it as quickly as possible. Did you follow me here? Perhaps you've come to slurring hot springs. Water temperature's perfect. Views ravishing. Melt away. Also got Cavill to thank for that. Perfect attendant, taking care of my every need. Cavill? What is this? I think you did not come to enjoy these, but speak with me. Listen, the little dunghole over there. Really did an awful thing? I have no idea. You keep an eye on him or get him drunk so he doesn't go anywhere. For his sojourn, I took him to be quite affluent the way he carries himself. Poor Nopley, but as a peddler, I'm quite intrigued by his trading practices. Crap trading practices. Looked down upon by the other people, both figure that's due to our diminutive stature. Chagrined, as it said, our ancestors started wearing masks that made the image for all. Let's see. Start wearing masks made in the image of the most powerful Tyrell Vidril. That name, Garmanda. Valley Garmanda, in order to strike fear in the hearts of all that looked on them. However, the meaning of masks changed after becoming peddlers to the Dawntrail's suggestion. Masks come to fair transactions indeed. Now, proof of our reputability. Instead of focusing on our, we endeavor to make every trade mutually satisfactory. Respect of those around us. Now we rarely experience any belittlement. Well, that's good for you. Reputation is a merchant's this, wishes only fill his own coffers, even express of those whom he does business. It is a shame. After what he's done, no trolley will wish to barter with him again, no matter what quality of import he's had at hand. We'll keep a close eye on him. Don't want to see anyone else swindled out of their hard-earned pell. I doubt he'll be doing anything soon. Keep an eye on him. Keep him drunk. There's sort of two ways to go about doing all the sidey quests. Right? You know, one, do them as you go, is what I'm planning to do here. Two, get your ether crystals out of the way, and that way you can basically buzz around and fly through it. Literally. But yeah, blue quests always unlock something. Gold quests, I hope, unlock speech things. Because I want the most affluent talking my way through all of Paral. Not just, you know, as many options as I can possibly have. Nice spear, my dude. I want complete all the sidey bits as I can. He's currently pissed out of his gourd. Voyage to Ral. Keep an eye watchful. Rentley, Gamelli's only victim. God, I fear I won't be the last. No telling what under tricks he'll use to procure the wares you spoke of. Merch all it means to come to merch. I have a plan, but I'm going to need your help. Stop. Opinion on something. How do you feel about that? Basically spreading the word that he's an underhanded merchant. Serves him right. Indeed. Yet I'd be disappointed with such a conclusion. After all, we'd lose one of very few merchants willing to travel across the sea to do business with us. He has potential. Nah, he needs to be made to see the error of his ways. Few words will do little. He needs to taught a proper lesson on how to feel a sting about being swindled himself. Pello away. Okay, alluring piece of merchandise to serve as base. Uh-huh. Coming from across the salt, find something that would be happy for him. So we'll... Oh, I know, we've reached the time end point. But this is the bit that I mean. This is where I like just to overrun a bit. Coffee plants. Fetch an awesome price. Can't find them where you're from. True. Coffee kicks ass. Oh, so you can find them there. Okay, so I like to try our coffee for myself. Like our coffee plants. No, we have coffee. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I've been to the first. I've tried their coffee too. You could say it was first rate. And no, I'm not going to show myself out because it's still going. Those potatoes being sold at distilleries. Few vegetables can cultivate at these altitudes. We have those too. Already have potatoes. This? Yes, we do. They're all in Eorzea. Specifically one particular... No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't be prouder. Doll peddler. Dolls exist over there too. Traditional dolls. Believe good luck for business. Carry one myself, so this. Someone unaware of its origins will truly appreciate it is another entire question. True. Traditional wares are only good for those who traditionally know where it is. Ah. Fine textiles, on the other hand. Well, on bristle hairbrush. Eh? Good keeping alpacas free of fleas helps prevent their skin conditions. This. You need to enjoy grooming, help being happy. Distribute the scalp natural oils, strip the hair left over dead strands, promote healthy scalp. Nice. But I think gentle on skin. Little wonder they've grown so popular. I suspect the brushes will be a better bet than the doll. Well, one can always peddle fine brushes to fine people of Ul'dah. The upper class are always, you know, a beauty product sold in Ul'dah. That would only be quickly to go there anywhere. Suppose they'll make their final choice, though. All would bit dubious. I agree. A hairbrush. My thanks for so unsuitable bait. 1 pel in 10,000th column. 1 pel in the 100,000th column. I won't actually sell it to him. I just want to give him a taste of his own medicine. Lend my aid? Oh, absolutely. We're here to basically kick his tail for being a pain in the bum. I'll pick up the quest, but I'm not going to go any further from here. Yes. Noping right out of there. Ah. So we got 5 quests and this one here to finish out. Right? That's still where we are. So let's just jump on a mount. For those interested, it costs to whiz over back to across the world. Furthest jump looks like it's about Garlemald at 2177. Oh no, Mare-Lemon to get to the moon. That's the other side of the map from where we are right now. There are lots of numbers. Yeah, but I don't pay that price to get anywhere. You don't? Oh, absolutely not. I pay less than 400 to get anywhere. Anyway, that'll do for here. That will. Absolutely. I learned how to get around the map for less than get around the map for cheap. As it is, it's like 700 to get around, so I saved 300 to bounce around Toral. Currently. And I did not set my waypoint here, just back one map behind. I did, didn't I? Well, something tells me the local fauna is not a threat at the moment. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it's much of a threat at all. But anyway, if you got your drops or your rewards tonight, hey, thanks in the list. I don't mind if you show up and just hang out for that. But hey, that still isn't going, and we're going to run that as long as the whole campaign runs. Once it disappears, we'll take that tag off there. So if you're up for fewer rewards, hey, hang out anyway. If you're just watching because you wanted to see what this was all about, hey, even better. That's right, we prefer you to basically hang out for basically any other purpose that doesn't just goodies. But hey, goodies are help. Goodies are good. I'll definitely offer you goodies if I could. Anyway, we're out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time we're back every time. 7:30 Mountain Standard, 6:00 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. We'll be back with more Final Fantasy, completing the quests up at Rapicho. High value, high quests. Yay! Get all the little quests done, and then back to Tulliola. Go find out all the goodies as we go. Coming up on Friday, Saturday, we have Starfield. Give that game a good old try through. See how we go. Right? Main quest line and some side stuff. Heard that's basically a case of dull, but then again, I have yet to find an intriguing space game because there's a lot of empty space. So we'll just have to see if we actually enjoy the game. That'll be fun to find out. And after that, who knows? We got some Fallout 4 probably coming up after that. And after that, maybe we return to Cyberpunk. I don't know at this point. But definitely tomorrow, Final Fantasy. So if you're there to see how we go along with the main quest for Dawntrail, join me tomorrow. And again, thanks for watching, and I'm out of here. Laters.